Okay, right, this will be an interesting one. Right, now, try and see what we can do with this. Oh, that squeak, listen to that, folks. You can hear the high-pitched squeak. Yeah, you can hear it again, the sound. Hear it? That's not good, guys. Not good for Konica Minolta's corporate image when things don't work as well as they should. Now, I'm wondering how big we're going to make this. Oh, well, we're going to leave it. I haven't put it on the glass yet. We just set this silly shitter up. But it's really like, it's not good look for Konica Minolta when their equipment starts to make funny noises and it hasn't even been used at its normal capacity or its duty cycle, as the terminology is called. The duty cycle is like the number of copies a month this machine is rated at, and this machine, I think, is rated, the recommended duty cycle is 10,000 copies, but I only make probably barely over 1,000 copies. So you can see I'm only using it at a tenth of its recommended use. And its maximum use is 19,000. So you can use this at 19,000. It probably will run a bit rough, maybe. I don't know. I got this off the Konica Minolta site. I didn't want to look. I thought, even though Konica Minolta are a bunch of dickheads and assholes, it's still good to look at their information and what they've rated it at. But apart from that, I don't like the company. But that's what they've rated there. This is the back of it. This is what we're photocopying. Some newsprint, an artist's picture. So we're just going to put it on the glass. But basically, yeah, I had to look at the Konica Minolta site to get an accurate idea of what this machine should be doing instead of getting all the wrong information. Surely Konica Minolta don't lie about everything. I think they're being honest when they're talking about the duty cycle, so maybe that's just one thing that I can decide not to criticise Konica Minolta for. But that's a fairly standard, commonsensical thing for a company to do, is to honestly honestly state what duty cycle a photocopier is supposed to or capable of doing. So you have to be honest there. I'm sure that if everything they said was porky pies, they'd get into trouble quick smart. Surely they would. But they do hide a lot of stuff. I do feel there's something hiding that Konica Minolta are not telling us about the environment, whether the machines are recycled or the people working in the workshop to build the machines, should I say the factory. I just get the feeling there's a lot of slavery if they choose third world countries like China and Vietnam. They do manufacture part of this machine in Japan as well, but I think most of it is in China, I suspect. The labelling's a bit confusing. I can't go. We'll have to look at the labelling in another demo. I've got to make sure I don't use up all my space on this micro SD card before my demos are finished. I want to make 15 demos. So maybe when I'm on my next micro SD card, I could show you folks the labelling on the machine, like where it came from and that. So just to be up straight about it, know that where it's actually from, or at least get an idea. So maybe in another demo or on another micro SD card, I'll show the back of the machine and where what the labels say, where they're manufactured and that. Yeah, so let's see how we go with this one. This looks a bit dark, but it's still, at least it looks a bit more wet, whereas the original, now what are we doing? We did put it on, now I'm wondering if we actually forgot to put it on mirror image here. I'm afraid it looks a bit strange like that too. We forgot to put it on mirror image. We must have selected something wrong here. Yes, did we? I was meant to put it on image repeat. Fuck, I did not want image repeat. And that's the thing, these buttons look pretty much the same. I must have accidentally... Oh, fuck me dead. They do look similar, you know, they do look kind of similar. I can't blame everything on Konica Minolta though, I must say. I don't know whether we can blame this on them. Even if it was the old tab system, there'd probably still be ambiguities there. We can't blame Konica for everything. We've got to be, when we blame a company or when we talk bad things about a company, we must talk honestly about it, not make things up. Even if Konica Minolta are a bunch of liars and cheats, we don't do what Konica Minolta do. We don't lie and cheat. We might get things wrong from time to time, but then we have to correct the record, so to speak. And if I slurred against Konica Minolta and there was no reason for a slur, well, I have to basically be honest and say that it was me that got it wrong. That Konica Minolta in this case are to be considered blameless, but that doesn't mean they're off the hook. It just means I've made an error in judgment. But anyway, that looks good. I think we can now go.